the Masai tribe sort of have the greatest influence?
Due to the collaboration with the British, they got favors because of that collaboration.
The most authentic tribe that's still out there are Masai. And even them, I don't trust their authenticity. Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And I know it's night somewhere. Well, this is Apostle S. Constancia Kariuki coming to you live from our home in Nairobi, Kenya. Now, again, I've had to put this straight. I still live in the United States, but right now I'm doing a world roam. And I'm taking you along for the ride. I'm here in Kenya, as I said before, and I've been doing the Utamaduni series. Utamaduni is Swahili for culture, roots, heritage. And I've spent some time interviewing a number of people from different tribes so far, and it's really interesting, and every time it gets deeper and deeper. But the more I interview, it now ends up being that I have more questions. So here with me is a historian, Kamau. He is of the Kikuyu tribe, and he is a native Kenyan. And I started asking questions like, he's my director, by the way, my editor. And I'm like, why is this way and why is this the other way? And so he started to give me some answers, and I think rather than give them just to me, let us share, let's tell everybody what's going on. All right, so my summarization so far from what I've seen, looking at the flag, I've come to realize that the Masai tribe sort of have the greatest influence. How is it then that Masai has so much influence? And their influence is not just in dress, it's not just in the symbol on the flag, but they seem to have a whole lot of land around here. I drove to Masai Mara, and it was a 5-hour drive, and it was everybody kept saying, oh, that's Masai land, that's Masai land. I had to ask, do I have to be Masai to buy the land? And they're like, no. But at some point, it was divvied out to the Masai. So let me stop talking now. Please meet Kamau. He will introduce himself, and we will start to get into the depth of these questions. Kamau, welcome.
Thank you for inviting me on your vlog. As you have said, my name is Kelvin Kamau. For now, I'm going to talk about why the Masai seems to be the Kenyan identity.
Yes.
When you talk about Kenya, and its people, the picture that comes, it's the Masai people.
Yes.
The very first thing that makes the Masai seem like the Kenyan identity is their culture and tradition.
Yes.
I think in Kenya, of all the 42 tribes,
yes,
the tribe that has stuck to its tradition and culture is the Masai people.
Yes.
And why their culture is known worldwide is because the Masai Mara is in Masai land. And so when tourists come from all corners of the world,
yes,
to go to Masai Mara, the first people they meet are the Masais.
Yes.
So they have the chance to showcase their traditions, their culture, and everything. So that is one of the reasons as to why Masai people are very popular.
In conversation, sideline conversation, we talked looking now historically. Why is it that like the Masai seem to own half the land in Kenya? That is significant. I mean, we know the Kalenjins are amazing people and they are athletic and all of that. We know about the Kikuyus that they go where the money goes, right? So how is it that the Masai seem to own half the land?
Now, historically, if you run the history of Kenya,
that's why we're here.
During the colonial period.
Colonization, we know that name.
During the colonization, the British were the colonizers
of course.
Kenya.
And Jamaica.
Yeah,
the United States.
In many parts of the world.
Many parts of the world. There's a saying that says the sun never sets in the British Isle. I'll explain it another day. Yeah. Talk to me, Kamau.
So during the colonial period, many tribes or many communities in Kenya resisted the British colonization, the British invasion in their land. But for the Masai, and that is now why they seem to own the Kenyan identity, is because they collaborated with the British willingly. Meaning every other community that resisted the British rule was sidelined by the British government. And so the Masai, due to the collaboration with the British, they got favors because of that collaboration. There are several treaties about the collaboration of the British and the Masai. Roibon Lenana was the Masai leader who made all those treaties with the British that because we are supporting your invasion in Kenya, we are going to receive these favors.
And of course,
that is how the Masais became popular, because some parts of land were assigned for the Masai. You support our invasion here, and we exchange it with land. And that is how the Masai somehow became the face of Kenya.
I was told by a Masai that even Parliament will not open until a Masai prays, or they do something at the beginning. And I'm telling you, so we live in a residential community, and it's nothing to go outside and see like a group of cows just coming at you, and you're like, what's going on? Oh, there is a herdsman right there who's wearing Masai shukar, because it's almost as though the power that Masai have, they have free reign over everything.
They owned large parts of land during the colonial rule. So if you come to Nairobi, Nairobi is a name that originates from Masai word.
Absolutely.
Meaning
the cool
the
place.
area where Nairobi is was preoccupied by the Masais until other communities came and
drove them
pushed
out.
away the Masai to the sidelines of Kajiado and going that way. But if you look at most urban centers in Kenya, names like Naivasha, Nanyuki, all those parts were Masai lands that they received during the treaties, the land treaties with the British. And so that is why you will find Masai cows, Masai walking anywhere, because they believe this was our land.
Yes, and it is
and
still
you
theirs.
came to invade our land.
Wow.
That is why they feel confidence walking in the land with a name that has an origin from their tribe.
I see.
Yeah.
So, we didn't talk too much about the languages, but one of the things that separate tribes in Kenya is a different language. Everybody has a different language. So Masai's language, they've named so many cities. If you were to dig up the origin of most of the names of the big cities and so on around here, and counties, there would be Masai words. But I know that in 1963, Kenya fought for its independence. Did that change anything when it comes down to land ownership?
Yeah, I believe so. Mostly during those times, there was a lot of tribalism, I can say.
Yes.
And your tribe being in government meant that you would receive favors, just like the Masais received favor from the British government.
So did they take back land or anything?
Land was pre-divided. Was
subdivision.
Yeah.
So the land that they divided for,
exactly, that's the
word.
The
Masai, they subdivided it some more.
Where people were given the land that was owned by the
Masai,
the British.
Oh, the British. Okay.
Yeah, the British colonialists. But they used to buy. You could pay a few coins and then you get the land.
Wow. So that's something that we all understand completely. Being that more than half the world at one point was colonized by the British, and the Spanish, also Portuguese, French, everybody just thought that they could come take a piece of something. But then you leave and you come, you see it one way, you break it up, and then when you leave, it's still getting broken up. Because around here, when you say Kenya and culture, immediately you're going to get a bangle. And even though this bangle has the Kenyan flag on it, the beads come from a Masai village. This is something that they produce. So you kind of see Masai strewn or covering up every side of Kenya. But the good thing is, where we are today in 2026, where we are right now, is a fusion. I see a fusion. I've talked to a few people and they're telling me, oh, my husband is Masai, but I'm Lua. And you're starting to get, you know, marriages interlocking, and this one over here and that one, there's no difference. And I spoke with one lady and she laughed and she said, listen, if my grandmother knew that I did not marry in the culture, she would just chop me up. Of course, I believe that's a joke. But honestly, there is now a change. There's a changing of the guard. And I'm going to go on the limb and say this. Everyone I've interviewed, when we talk about the stability of their tribe, they're optimistic and they say, yes, in 20 years, we're still going to be here. We're going to be like we've been. But honestly, from what I'm seeing with this new generation, Gen Z, there's going to become a fusion. Kenya is going to be very different. The story of 42 tribes will be a book story, because the people are all coming together and being one. And I don't have a problem with one. I don't have a problem with oneness, but I do feel that there's a watering down of cultures. And even already, I'm seeing it to the point where being here, the most authentic tribe that's still out there are Masai. And even them, I don't trust their authenticity, because even though I went to a village, I felt there was a certain level of commercialized pieces, and they ask you for money coming in, they ask you for money going out. So I'm just putting that there. Everybody is looking for a piece of the pie. Where's yours? Praying for you, love you. God bless you.